Thank you so much, Abdi Aziz Hashim from the Broadcasting House. We are in the commune of Saint Denis in the larger Paris, where the 2024 Olympic Games is happening. And just a quick breakdown of what is about to happen today, but definitely it will only be fair if I begin with the dramatic night that was day 6 of the athletics program, and of course did begin with the 3,000 meter steeplechase men's race with the 3 Kenyan runners finally making it through to the finals. But there was some hesitance whether Amos Serem had qualified or not. Of course, immediately after the race, the officials had announced that he had been disqualified after being nudged out of the lane, but the AK officials or Athletics Kenya officials lodged an appeal, and he was successfully reinstated into the finals, which of course there will be now 3 Kenyans in that particular finals. And also there was the 3,800 meters women's race when Mary Mora missed out on the gold, but she was happy and glad to win bronze, just being edged out by Kelly Hodgkinson from Great Britain, who did, just outmuscle her in the final 150 meters. And Mura, just after the race, spoke about how she was feeling some pain on her leg, and we did see that during her semi-final run. Immediately after that particular run, she did lie on the ground for some minutes and with a nice pack placed on her muscles, and that I think did affect her run. It could not respond, but she was glad that she ended up on the podium. But more drama was to follow in the final race of in the second last event of the night, and that was the women's 5,000 meters race with Faith Kipyegon destined to, she was one of the obvious favorites, one of those runners that were out there to claim the win, and things did turn out so. Of course, she ended up on the podium, winning silver. But immediately after the conclusion of the race, the officials did announce that she had been disqualified. And we spoke to her, and she was devastated immediately after that announcement, explaining or saying how that decision particularly was arrived at. But after an appeal led by the Team Kenya officials, including Bernard Ouma, Mr. Jimmy Angweny, as well as Milka Chemos, she was able to be reinstated, and her silver was returned to her. Of course, she was being charged for line infringement. We did see that particular video where she is in a push and shove with the Ethiopian runner, that's a good Segai. And despite the fact that her silver was reinstated, but she was given a mandatory yellow card, a disciplinary yellow card, which means that she will be carrying that yellow card throughout this particular championship, the Olympic Games. And that also, apart from the mandatory yellow card, the Athletics Kenya, they were supposed to pay a total of $100 following that particular appeal. But at the end of the day, Beatrice Chebet did finally win the medal, adding on to the World Championship title, and did win the gold medal in that race, just edging Faith Kipyegon towards the 150 meters to be crowned the new Olympic champion. So that was Kenya's first gold medal at the Olympic Games. Mary Mora giving Kenya it's a first bronze as well earlier on. It was a beautiful night of drama. That's what was expected, or what actually happens in such events of this magnitude. And Kenya being an athletics behemoth, definitely more medals are on. Kenyans expected to clinch more medals as the races at the athletics program wears on, just before it culminates with the women's marathon on Sunday. But what's on schedule today? We have the YouTube man, Mr. Julius Yego, beginning his search at his third Olympic Games. Will it be a fruitful one, just like he had in Rio? Or is he going to replicate his form? We know that it's been a long, arduous task for him in the qualification, but he begins his journey just after one of the morning events that are scheduled here at 11. That's the Kenyan Paris time, but I know that in Kenya it will be midday or noon. But Yego will be in Group A, and he'll be seeking to qualify to the final round of the javelins competition. But kicking us off will be Faith Kipyegon again, coming back today morning in hit 2 of the 3 rounds of this particular championship. That's in the women's 1,500 meters. Remember that she is the defending champion. And in this particular race, in the qualification rounds, or hits as they call them, she'll be teaming up with Susan Ejore, as well as Nelly Chipchirchir, who will also be lining up in the remaining 2 other hits. And one of the big Nights, of course, is the men's final. That's the 1500 meters men's final. Timothy Cheruiyot seeking to upgrade from the silver that he won in Tokyo. And this particular time round, he's out to get gold, but whether that will be possible, we'll be able to find out when the evening session knocks on our doors. That's later on from 7 p.m. Also, we'll be having the 3,000 meter steeplechase final. That's the women's final, and Beatrice Chepkoech, the record holder, is teaming up with Faith Cherotich, who won bronze at the World Championship. That's last year in Budapest. So, in a nutshell, that's the schedule that we have here. The sweltering heat of Paris, of course, being so unforgiving to the athletes, but the glorious purple track at the Stade de France has been one major shrine for Kenyan runners. We expect to see more from the Kenyan runners today. That's it. From Paris, we'll, of course, keep you posted on what is it like to happen later on in the day. From me, Bernardo Kumu in Paris, back to you, Abdiaziz Hashim at the Broadcasting House.